If you have seen a programmer working at a public place like a cafe and the programmer is stuck somewhere in a code and staring at a screen, crowd around him thinks he is a crazy person. But what they don't understand is in his head, he has the whole program explode and he's connecting the dots. If you have seen the Avengers Infinity War, in which Doctor Strange is calculating every future possibilities, the same thing is happening in the mind of a programmer. But if you disturb him, it's very hard to get back to that state. So let him do the work and wait until he finds out the solution, and it will be a flurry of typing with a smile on his face. No, wait, he is not a programmer. He is too happy to be a programmer. And also remember, if it's been more than 2 hours, then check for breathing. Else don't worry, because as programmers, we don't have focus span of more than 2 hours in the daylight with someone in a room. Yes. If it's past midnight and the programmer is all alone in a room and there is no noise from the room, he is probably solving a question like how to detect exoplanets without seeing them. But most of the time, they are thinking about what should be the name of the variable, which will do nothing but just hold a value which is only going to be used once in future. For example, the variable holding value of the gravitational force of Earth. They take hours to decide this simple thing, like name the variable gravitational force or g-force, or maybe only g. But this is very short. I should go for descriptive. So maybe geofarce on Earth, or like you get the point, right? This gravitational force naming is hard, else I have done the naming at first attempt. But the main hustle starts when the programmers find an error in a code. First, they don't accept the error, so they try again with same code, and if error continues, which always does, then they try to figure out a solution by looking at the error and the line which causes the error, and after a long staring, there will be a joyful smile on his face. You're probably thinking that finally an error is solved, but no, this smile on his face is because instead of an old error message, there is a different error which brings joy and tears at the same time. And then the same game of staring starts again. And the expert programmer is one who waits patiently for their prey to reveal itself and strikes only once with precision and deadly force. So if your friend or family member is a programmer and sometimes randomly starts to stare at you or the screen, don't just think that person is broken from inside, because yes, he is broken because he is a programmer. But just let them finish, because in the end, you will get something very great. So never ever interrupt the developer who is staring at a screen for a long time, because it will break the chain of long thoughts.